I expect everyone na I expect that everyone is alam na nila yung may background na tayo sa Milkfish. Ang gagawin lang natin tonight is i-refresh natin yung utak natin, or if some piece of my presentation is hindi niyo pa alam, dagdag knowledge yan sa inyo. And I hope may mauwi kayong knowledge sa akin ngayong gabing ito. So let's start na. Our topic is bangus or the milkfish. So tingnan muna natin yung aquaculture department sa ating country. It has a long history and involves many species and farming practices in diverse ecosystems. It contributes significantly to the country's food security, employment, and foreign exchange earnings. And in Philippine aquaculture, we have 7 major aquaculture species. First one, we have, of course, the seaweed, the Capapicus and Ukiuma subspecies. And of course, our number 2 is milkfish. Number 3, we have the tilapia, the Niloticus and its hybrid. And at number 4, we have the shrimps, the Peneus monodon. And number 5, we have the carp. Species of carp, particularly, we have the big-head carp that's very common in the Philippines, Aristichus nobilis. At number 6, we have the oyster, Crassostrea iridale. And of course, number 7, we have the green mussel or the Perna viridis. So bakit nga ba milkfish, start na tayo. It is an important food fish in the Philippines and other Southeast Asian countries. Alam naman natin yan at it is na ang milkfish ay very common lang dito sa ating area sa
Hello po, Sir Hershey.
Hello po.
Ma'am Patet here.
Ay, hello ma'am.
Oo,
Hello ma'am.
medyo hindi nagagalaw ang screen mo.
Ay, hindi ba gumagalaw?
Oo, kasi ang nasa screen mo is the title of the extension project natin. So, wala po yung topic mo sa screen.
Okay, sige po. Wait lang po.
Okay, ayan na.
Ay, ito na. Nag-move na siya.
Ay, yeah. Okay na, Hershey.
Okay na po. Sige ma'am. Thank
From
you
the
po.
start, okay.
Okay, so some milkfish, it is an important food fish in the Philippines and other Southeast Asian countries. And milkfish as well is the sole species in the family Chanday. So meaning to say, walang ibang species ng milkfish na matatagpuan natin saan man palop ng mundo. Nag-iisa ang Chanus at wala ng iba. And best characteristic ng milkfish, they are euryhaline, meaning to say they can tolerate the wide range of salinity. And milkfish can be cultured in freshwater. Brackish water is very common in marine fish ponds, fish pens, and fish cages. It was first described as Mogul Chanos by Petrus Forscal in 1775. Yung itsura pa lang nung milkfish, parang iisipin mo na siya para siyang banak, 'di ba? Kasi ang banak naman kasi is masyadong malalaki yung scales niya compared dito sa milkfish. But later on, dinescribe na siya as Chanus under family Chanday back in 1775 by Mr. Petrus Forscal. So bakit nga ba milkfish ang ginagamit bakit nga ba milkfish is a desirable aquaculture species? Ito yung mga reason kung bakit milkfish is one of the aquaculture species leading in our country. So first, we have an abundant wild fry supply due to high fecundity. So ibig sabihin, in the wild, napakarami talagang fry natin. Napakaraming fry marami yung fry natin. Dahil ang kanilang characteristics, they have high fecundity. So meaning to say, from the wild, ginagamit siya sa aquaculture species. Siyempre, hindi naman natin nahayaan na masayang yung mga fry na yon. So kaya nag-develop tayo from captivity, ginagamit na natin ang milkfish. Another characteristics ng milkfish ay hardy and easy to handle. Ang hardy in aquaculture, it means it can tolerate any type of abnormality in the water quality. And next, high tolerance and adaptability to salinity change. Kagaya ng sinabi natin kanina, they are highly urhaline. And also, they can grow faster. They are not cannibalistic, and they can have high stocking density. And also, they have high resistance to diseases. Wala tayong masyadong record when it comes to their disease. Kaya, very desirable talaga ang milkfish to be an aquaculture species. Wait lang kasi I have here a sample question. Kaso makikita nyo agad yung answer. Babasahin ko na lang kaya. Or wag na. Wait lang ah. Stop ko muna pause share. Ayan, naka-pause na ba? Ayan. Pag nag-move ako, hindi siya mag-move. So, naka-pause yung share ko. Pero naririnig nyo ako.
Yes po.
Yes
So,
po.
Yes po.
meron akong ginawang sample question dito. Mga 2 questions lang naman. Pampaano lang, pampa-refresh bago tayo mag-proceed sa ating next area ng milkfish, which is the biology of milkfish. Question number 1. I-type nyo na lang doon sa chat box kung ano yung magiging sagot nyo. So it is a live fish boat for transporting milkfish fry. Letter A, wooden boat. Letter B, patuya. Letter C, fishing vessel. And letter D, fishing boat. Ang bibilis naman. Ay, paka-active po. Ang dami. Babasahin ko sana yung question twice since once is enough to a wise man, sabi nga nila. Isang beses ko na lang sasagot. And yes, dito sa ating chat box, halos lahat naman is correct. That is patuya. So for question number 2, which of the following statement about feeds and feeding of fishes and shrimps is incorrect? Letter A, milkfish broodstock are fed with 25% protein. Letter B, tilapias are omnivorous. Letter C, milkfish larvae fed on chlorella. And letter D, shrimp more actively at night. Should I repeat it or magsasagot na kayo? So may nabasa ako dito. Saan yung letter C na yan? Ito ba sa current question? So ulitin ko yung question natin, para refresh lang yung utak natin. Which of the following statement about feeds and feeding of fishes and shrimps is incorrect? Letter A, milkfish broodstock are fed with 25% protein. Letter B, tilapias are omnivorous. And letter C, milkfish larvae fed on chlorella. And letter D, shrimp more active at night. What is your answer, guys? May nagsasagot ng letter A, may nagsasagot ng letter C. Wala na ata nagsasagot. So the correct answer here, ang tinatanong kasi dito is incorrect. So meaning, alin dito yung statement ang nagsasabi ng hindi totoo. So the correct answer is letter C. Milkfish larvae fed on chlorella. So sa tingin nyo, ano ang milkfish larvae? Anong feeds nila? Anong pinapakain usually sa ating mga larvae? If it's not chlorella, what would it be? Yes, correct. That is rotifer. Yes, correct. The rotifer, we have 2 species of rotifer cultured in the National Fisheries Development Center in Dagupan, the Brachionos rotundiformis and the Brachionos plicatilis. Okay, next proceed na tayo sa ating, and thank you dun sa mga nag-participate. And re-resume na natin yung ating, ay, nag-stop, sorry. Ayan, okay na siya. Ayan yung aking question. So, proceed na tayo sa next area ng ating topic for today's video. We have the biology of milkfish. Alam naman na natin ito, tayo magre-refresh na lang naman. Morphology, it has an elongated body, moderately compressed, smooth, and streamlined. Of course, its body color is silvery and pale or yellowish dorsal, anal, and caudal fins with dark margins. Large and deeply forked caudal fins. Forked yung caudal fins nila. Pelvic fins, abdominal in position with auxiliary scales. Small scales. Small terminal mouth without teeth. And tatandaan natin, wala silang ngipin. Lower jaw with small tubercle at tip fitting on a notch in the upper jaw. Only four, yan, four. Ito I think nakasama ata the last time sa board exam. Only four branchiostegal rays support the underside of bill covers ng ating milkfish. And then they have long and intermuscular bones. So for the stages of development, of course, it will start from eggs. And then if it reach, kapag napisa ng ating eggs, they will become a fry from 1 centimeter to 1.7 centimeter. Ang fry is locally called as kawag-kawag, similia, or gutok. After the fry, pag nag-reach na siya hanggang 2.5 centimeter, we call it pre-fingerling or gadampalit. And after the pre-fingering stage, at nag-reach na siya ng 9 centimeter, ang tawag na sa kanya is fingerling or haterin or dali. And after the fingerling, we have the post-fingerling. If it reaches hanggang 17 centimeter, we call it locally garungin or garungan. And then, pag nag-reach pa siya ng hanggang 35 centimeter, we call it bangus na or in the juvenile stage na. If it reaches greater than 50 centimeter, we call it na the sabalo, banglis, or awa, or in the adult stage na siya. So for the habitat, milkfish habitat, behavior, and food habits change with size and stage in the life cycle. So meaning to say, hindi pare-parehas yung kanilang habitat, yung kanilang food habits, kasi by stages, nag-iiba siya. And wild milkfish migrate. Adults spawn at sea, larvae migrate to shore, juveniles settle in shallow water habitats, and large juveniles and subadults return to sea. The fry congregate along coastal shorelines searching for estuary areas which are preferred nursery grounds. Ayan, yung mga fry. Kaya dito sa amin sa Quezon, sa Infanta, maraming nanguhuli talaga ng naninimilya ng bangus dun sa coastal area. Talagang nililibot nila yun para ibenta nila yung fry para dun sa mga hatchery dito sa amin. Binibenta nila yun, tapos pinapalaki. So for geographical distribution, so saan nga ba natin matatagpuan or saan nga lang ba merong milkfish? It is widely distributed in the Indo-Pacific region. The three countries common, which is the Philippines, Indonesia, and Taiwan. These three countries are the center of geographic distribution ng ating milkfish. So it is recorded as far north as Japan and as far south in eastern Australia. It extends eastwards to America and common bays and lagoons of Mexico. It can also occur in Indian Ocean along East African. So ito na yung morphology, life history, and habitat. Pag-uusapan natin dito stages by stages. From eggs to fingerlings to juvenile, ganon. So kapag eggs and during embryonic stages, spawning takes place in the open sea and eggs are pelagic. Fertilized eggs are spherical with finely granulated yolk, non-adhesive, transparent with slight yellow tinge and measure around 1.12 millimeter in diameter. It also, during this stage, they have narrow perivitellin space and has no oil globules or structures in the chorion. Fertilized eggs are initially buoyant, while unfertilized eggs immediately sink, white in color. The egg, div- excuse me, the egg division begins 1 hour after spawning. Incubation ranges from 2 to 3 hours at 26 to 32 degrees Celsius and 29.5 to 34 ppt salinity. The hatching occurs 18 hours after spawning. So, pag nag-larvae na siya at the time of capture, meron na siyang well-developed eyes, inner ear, olfactory organ, lateral line, and taste buds. The newly hatched larvae are euryhaline, but it becomes, excuse me po, becomes stenohaline after 7 days at salinity of 27 to 28. Very wide, ay very narrow lang yung range ng salinity level na dapat nating i-maintain kapag after 7 days, di ba na-hatch na siya. After 7 days ng ating larvae, nagiging stenohaline na sila. 27 to 28, very narrow lang yung range. Yun lang yon pag after 7 days. At day 21, they get back to euryhaline. Yan. So, meaning to say, at 7 days onward hanggang makarating siya ng 21, dapat ang ating salinity lang is 27 to 28. Kasi yun yung kanilang behavior when it comes to salinity tolerance. And then the ideal milkfish larval culture salinity is, of course, okay, 26 to 32 ppt. That's the ideal salinity level for milkfish larval culture. And then the fry may be harvested in 18 to 21 days. So for the fingerlings and juvenile naman, milkfish with length 1.5 to 5 centimeter. Kapag yung milkfish natin nag-reach na siya hanggang 5 centimeter, we call it pre-fingerlings. It acquired the characteristic shape and morphology of the adult. While milkfish less than 10 centimeter long are usually called fingerlings. Usually mga 9 centimeter lang yon. Okay, they bear complete fin ray complements, forked caudal fin, scales, and silvery coloration. They have been found in diverse habitats relatively in shallow waters. It survived under wide fluctuations of salinity. Yan, urinalan. Yan talaga ang pinaka-characteristic ng milkfish. They may weigh 300 to 400 grams. Kapag marketable size na sila, nag-range sila ng 400 grams, mga 4 na guhit. In 4 to 6 months of rearing that is under favorable conditions. They reach sub-adult stage at 3 to 4 years. So again, pag nag-adults na sila, adult milkfish is about 50 to 150 centimeter total length, and nag-weigh sila around 5 kilos to 15 kilos. And they can attain sexual maturity starting 4 years to 5 years. 4 years to 5 years, bakit may range? Kasi minsan kapag 4 years old pa lang yung milkfish, during cannulation, hindi pa nila ma-distinguish kung ano yung gender nun. So meaning basis yon para masabing hindi pa sexually mature kasi hindi mo pa ma-identify yung sex niya eh. Ganun yon. So for the record, largest wild milkfish known was 1.7 meters total length. So napakalaki, no? 1.7 meters. So I have here another two questions na napakadali lang naman para sa inyo kasi alam ko namang lahat kayo dito is nagre-review talaga ng bonggang-bongga. Eh, nakakatuwa naman kasi in-invite ako ng aking advisor. This is advisor ko si Ma'am Precious. She invited me and dahil in-invite niya ako, nag-invite din ako. Yung mga past lecturers natin, si Mr. Zabala and si Sir Toong, yung top 2 during our batch. Sir Alberio, yan, invite ko na din sila para sama-sama kami. 'Di ba? Mas masaya kung sama-sama. So I have here two questions. Nandiyan pa ba kayo, guys? Anyone? Nandiyan pa po
Yes
ba
po.
kayo? Okay. Okay, for our question number 3, para naman ma-refresh ang ating utak again. Milkfish could be co-cultured with what species of seaweeds? Sabihin ko pa ba yung yung choices or wag na? Kasi this is very common talaga at alam ko namang alam natin ang sagot. Can anyone answer? Milkfish can be cultured with what species of seaweed? Anong anong species ng seaweed ang pinapolyculture natin sa ating co-cultured or polycultured, that's the same. Sabihin ko na yung choices. Letter A, Porphyra. Letter B, Codium. Letter C, Gracilaria. Letter D, Capapicus alvarezi. Milkfish could be co-cultured with what species of seaweed? Letter A, Porphyra. Letter B, Codium. Letter C, Gracilaria. And letter D, Capapicus alvarezi. Any answer? Nabasa ko na dito, letter B. Gracilaria. Letter C, may question mark. Letter C, letter D. Letter D, Gracilaria. Letter B, letter D. Ba't puro letter D? Para may nakita na akong correct answer. Ang dami naman, very active naman talaga ng ating mga mentees. Talagang nakikinig talaga sila ng bonggang-bongga. So ayan, the correct answer is letter C, Gracilaria. So what do you think is the characteristic of Gracilaria that is same to milkfish? What do you think? Kung bakit sila perfect for polyculture? Kung bakit sila compatible to be cultured together? Ano sa tingin nyo yung parang parang justification lang, parang rationale nyo lang kung bakit Gracilaria yung nasagot. May nagsagot dito na may nagsagot na pwede sa brackish and from NVSU. Nueva Vizcaya ba ito? Correct me if I'm wrong. NVSU. Yes daw. Okay. Ang sagot ni ma'am from Nueva Vizcaya, both of them are euryhaline commodities. That's exactly the correct answer. Because Gracilaria and milkfish are both euryhaline, so meaning, since hindi naman, ang alam naman natin ang seaweeds ay hindi masyadong, yes, but also madaling alam, hindi siya talaga reason na madali lang alagaan yung Gracilaria. But the main reason is they are both euryhaline. That's the main reason. Pwede ding reason yung brackish water since they are highly euryhaline. So meaning they can grow in brackish water. So another question here. Question number 4. In China, fish culture in rice field has a long history which can be dated as far back as the Mid-Han Dynasty, about 180. The species of fish used is letter A, milkfish, letter B, Barbodes gonionotus, letter C, Clarias, Garipinus, and letter D, Cyprinus, Carpio. What's the answer? Again, I will repeat. In China, o diba? Refresh na refresh talaga. Alam, ang question na ito, ang question na ito is very ano lang, very easy lang siya. Basta alam mo yung history ng aquaculture, kung saan nagsimula at kung ano yung species ng isda na kinoculture. So, the correct answer is letter D, the common carp. That's the first species being cultured in aquaculture back in, of course, China. And everyone gets the correct answer. So we will resume na our presentation. Okay? For the sexual maturity, may nag-chat pa. Ay, excuse me po. So for the sexual maturity, milkfish ovary comprise 10 to 20% of the body weight. Mali pa yung spelling ko. Body weight when mature. So females produce around 300,000 to 500,000 eggs per kilogram. So ayan lagi ito talaga mga data na ito is very important yan pag lalo na sa ecology ang aquatic resources and ecology, more on biology of gantong fish, gantong aquaculture commodity. Dapat alam natin yon yung mga data na yan. So, ayun na. Ito, milkfish ovary comprise 10% of the body weight. Minsan nagkakaroon pa dito ng computation. Bibigay sila ng body weight ng milkfish. So, compute mo yung size ng ovary, ganun. So, tip-tip lang yan since nandito na din naman tayo sa review and we've been there na din naman kasi na-experience na namin and it's about our time naman to share. So, induced spawning experiments indicated ay, sakit sa tenga. Ano yun? Hello po. Okay lang kaya yun?
No, ito. What's that? Ano ito? Kamot ito. I see. Okay na. Very good na.
Ayan, okay na ata. Okay na siya. So, ayan. For the sexual maturity again, induced spawning experiments indicated that spawning occurred around midnight or in the early morning hours following chasing and violent splashing. Like kung nasa nasa actual tayo and nasa broodstock tayo, like we have Hindagupan, nagaano sila talaga during gabi, during midnight, as in nag-violent splashing. Nung paikot-ikot lang sila doon sa ibabaw ng broodstock ng circular tank, splashing sila doon. So meaning to say, indikasyon na yun na mag-i-spawn na sila. Kasi during that time, nagko-collect kami ng eggs hanggang morning. during our OJT. It spawns in waters around islands, shallow water, and high area of land projecting into the body of water. So for the sexual dimorphism, alam naman natin na yan, very common na ang male it has two main openings in the anal region, the anterior anus and the posterior urogenital at the tip urogenital papilla. And mature female, meron siyang three main openings in the anal region. The anterior-most opening is the anus, followed by the genital pore, which is posterior to the genital pore located at the tip of the urogenital papilla. So for food and feeding habits, during larvae and fry stage, the feeding commences shortly after the eyes become fully pigmented and the mouth opens and before the yolk is completely resorbed.
Excuse me, sir. Hindi po nagmo-move yung slides.
Ayan, okay na. So for the food and feeding habits, okay na po.
Okay na po.
Nakapause pala siya. Sorry. Larvae snap up prey one by one and swallow them whole. The small live prey such as rotifer, which is very common in mga hatchery, brachionos, water flea, moina, harpacticoid, copepod, chibintra, and artemia have been successfully used as feed for rearing milkfish larvae and fry. Milkfish fry in shore waters feed mainly in copepods and diatoms. So for the environmental physiology naman, salinity, when we talk about salinity, milkfish are remarkably euryhaline. They can be found, ito, they can be found from freshwater lakes to hypersaline lagoons except during spawning in the early larval stages. So for the ideal salinity, lagi nating tatandaan yung range na ito that is very important. 34 to 32 ppt salinity. So for the fry can be transferred abruptly from 30 ppt to 0 ppt without mortality. The newly transformed fingerlings tolerate abrupt changes in salinity as long as change is not direct to freshwater. So the maximum lethal salinity for juvenile milkfish was 109 to plus or minus 8 ppt according to the study of Lean in 1969. And then the adult milkfish occur in hypersaline lagoons up to 158 ppt. Lagi sa amin sinasabi to ni Dr. Wesley nung kami nag-OJT sa Dagupan na ang maximum salinity level na pwedeng mabuhay ang ating milkfish is 158 ppt. Lagi nating tatandaan yan. And malay natin, lumabas na siya. Kasi last 2019, hindi siya lumabas. Hindi ko lang sure kung lumabas siya nitong 2021. So for temperature naman, they are eurythermal. So meaning to say, they can tolerate also at a wide range of temperature. The fertilized milkfish eggs cannot tolerate 20 degrees Celsius during transport in plastic bags. So alam naman natin ang reason kasi plastic yun, mainit. Heat depth temperatures is 43 degrees Celsius for fry and 39 degrees Celsius for fingerlings. That is as per Panikkar and his colleagues back in 1953. Ito naman, the minimum temperature tolerated is 14 to 18 degrees Celsius. That's very cold na. Pero they can be, kaya pa din siya ng ating bangus. Juveniles tolerate temperatures up to 34 to 41 degrees in ponds and lagoon. So, kahit mainit talaga, nabubuhay pa rin ang ating mga bangus. So for low temperature, less than 23 degrees Celsius, pag bumaba na ng 23 degrees, of course, marami na siyang mga implication. Like for example, nagde-decrease yung activity and responsiveness, tapos yung food intake, naapektuhan, and also the growth and the development of fry and fingerlings. Especially sa ating mga broodstock yan. So later we will be discussing at the broodstock management. High temperatures have the opposite effect. Of course, alam naman natin yan. Na kapag sobra-sobra yung temperature at kaya nga meron tayong maximum level and may mga range tayo at minimum at saka optimal level. So if it reaches the highest, malamang meron siyang opposite effect sa ating aquaculture species. Kahit hindi lang siya bangus or any other species. Maturation and spawning of adults have been observed between 24 to 33 degrees Celsius by the study of in 1984. For the self-oxygen naman, we are through with salinity, and then salinity, they are urehaline, and temperature, they are euthermal. And for the self-oxygen, juvenile milkfish, the lethal minimum level is 0.1 to 0.3 ppm of oxygen. Shows sign of asphyxia when oxygen levels drop to 1 ppm in ponds. So, di ba, kailangan talaga ng bonggang care pag mag-aalaga tayo ng milkfish. Dapat alam natin yung mga parameters na kinakailangan. So for acidity naman, the optimum pH level is about pH 8. Kapag low yung ating water pH, maraming implikasyon yan ng fish kills sa mga brackish waters following heavy rain. So kung paspas ang ulan, syempre alam naman natin kapag umuulan is tumataas ang pH level. Very ano na siya, very common na yung mga ganitong knowledge dapat sa atin. Since most of you guys are graduate na din, and then yung iba is graduating na, and I hope makagraduate. Char. So for sulfide naman, the mass fish kills in ponds may also be due to the hydrogen sulfide. So what is the hydrogen sulfide? It's a compound of ubiquitous in marine sediments. It inhibits cytochrome C oxidase and stops aerobic respiration. Hydrogen sulfide increases with a decrease in pH. So they are relative or inversely, directly or inversely. The relationship between hydrogen sulfide and the pH. They are inversely. If the hydrogen sulfide increases, so for the disease naman, milkfish, di ba nagmo? May ako tanongin yung why midnight, ma'am. Ngayon ko lang nabasa. So for the disease, milkfish is relatively resistant to parasitic infestations and diseases. Acanthocephalan worms have been found in the intestines of adult milkfish. As many as 45 to 658 worms in one fish, in a single fish. Mostly naman kasi ang nagiging disease lang naman ng ating mga bangus is yung mga ganyan-ganyan lang, mga worms, pero yung ibang mga sakit eh hindi naman masyado. Kasi they are hardy and then higher resistant to diseases. The frequently observed opacity of the cover is due to injury and infection with the vibrios of the species, according to the study of Moraga back in 1984. Diseases and parasites often break out when milkfish are stocked at high densities or stressed for long periods. So we are through environmental physiology. So sa last part natin is the history. Kung yung iba, inuuna nila ang history, ako, hinuhuli ko ang history. So for the history, milkfish farming in Indonesia, Taiwan, the province of China, and the Philippines started about 4 to 6 centuries ago. So napakatagal na talagang merong milkfish farming. Hindi man sa atin nag-umpisa iyon either Indonesia or Taiwan. Yan lang tatlo ang tatandaan nyo country when it comes to milkfish. But among the three, Indonesia talaga ang pinakang powerful mag-produce ng milkfish. Pero there are some issue na ang milkfish ang Indonesia ang nagpo-produce ng maraming milkfish but hindi sila yung country na masyadong kumakain ng milkfish. Exact period when aquaculture started in the Philippines may never be known. Earliest fish ponds were brackish water fish ponds, and the earliest species to be grown was milkfish, using naturally occurring fry that came in tidal waters. So yun. Brackish water fish farming probably had their origins in the island of Madura or in East Java, that's in Indonesia. Likely that when the Spanish conquistadors, led by Ferdinand Magellan, set foot in the island of Cebu in 1521, they were probably already fish ponds. So we will be talking about the history naman dito sa ating bansa. Hindi na natin kailangan magpakalayo-layo pa. We'll start at the year 1940s na kung saan ang BIFAR ay nagsimula na ng research on milkfish sa dagat-dagatan. Dagat-dagat lang nakasulat. It's dagat-dagatan. Dagat-dagatan na Botas. So, ang focus nila dito during 1940s is yung they work in fertilization, lab production, and supplementary feeds. Lab is, alam naman natin yan na ang pagkain ng fish. That was in 1940s. And in 1954, yung date is tatandaan nyo kasi very important din ito. In 1954, meron na tayong modular system of culture system na develop ni Dr. Saturnino Abisamis sa Pangasinan. Kaya hindi din natin masisisi na magpahanggang sa ngayon is napakaunlad ng industriya ng bangus sa Pangasinan. That is in 1954. Yun lang yung highlight during that year. So in 1960s, FAO-assisted project of BIFAR introduced deep water plankton method of milkfish culture from Taiwan. Kaso ang nangyari dito, hindi siya naging popular kasi masyadong mababa yung mga ponds sa ating bansa. Kaya nga sinabing deep water plankton method. So i-apply mo siya sa shallow pond. So hindi siya naging successful. Very common lang is to sa Taiwan. Inadapt nila siya. Kaso hindi nga naging successful. So nag-focus na lang ang BIFAR that time sa fish pens ng Laguna de Bay. Nag-focus na lang tayo during 1960s ng fish pens in Laguna Bay. Nung mga panahong yan, talaga as in, napakabuhay na buhay ng industriya ng fish pens sa Laguna de Bay. I don't know kung ano nangyari hanggang ngayon. So ito yung history na tinatanong natin. Pag nagbabasa tayo ng mga reviewer kung bakit Nawan Mindoro, yung first hatchery ng milkfish, in-establish ng BIFAR, kaso hindi siya nagdiretso, gawa ng underfunded, walang masyado fondo. Tapos kukulang lang yung staff noon sa Nawan Mindoro, the 1960s, ang tagal na din, and then it was eventually discontinued. So ayun ang nangyari. Understaffed and underfunded. So year by year, syempre, hindi pwedeng hindi tayo nag-improve. So meron tayong mga research and development on improving production. Marami na tayong R&D dyan. During 1970s, role of pond soil acidity, pinag-aaralan na talaga nila yung soil chemistry, organic matter, and nutrients in inducing natural food. And also the highlights during 1970s was Mr. Maximo Abisamis. He was the first to import circular cages with plastic frame from Norway in Pangasinan. So, di ba? Another Pangasinan area na naman, and there another Abisamis naman at your record. So, in 1979, nagkaroon na tayo ng yung mga private sector talaga nag-study talaga sila like SIFDEC, EQD, meron na tayong technology na nakakapag-spawn na tayo ng bangus in captivity and also nakakapag-produce na din tayo ng fry in a hatchery. That was in 1970. So for 1980s naman, since naging successful successful na yung pag-spawn natin ng captivity during 1970s, dire-diretso na siya and pinagpatuloy na ng BIFAR and CIFDEC AQD na nag-launch na sila ng National Bones Breeding Program. Also, spontaneous maturation of 5-year-old milkfish in floating cages began in the Philippines. So in the 1990s, after 1980s, we have 1990s, nagkaroon na tayo ng milkfish culture in shallow marine bays, nagkaroon na tayo ng mga fish cages, mariculture, and estuaries in Lingay and Gal. 8 to 9-year-old milkfish matured and spawning na. So we're successful na tayo sa mga panahon. Kasi sa tayo talaga tayo in captivity. Naalala ko pa yung professor ko noong college na hindi na naniniwala na in captivity nakakapapadus na fish. Sir, sir? Siguro during his time, dine-develop pa lang talaga yun. And hindi talaga namin siya napag-develop. Kasi yun talaga yun. So, ayun. Milkfish cage culture has a before it is established na sila ng fish balance development. I have here another presentation. Chinese breeders. This was based on the protocol used by the NIFTDC, or the now called the National Fisheries Development Center in Dagupan. So why we develop milkfish breeders? So the two reasons are the population growth. As population increases, the higher the demand for food consumption. Thus, there is a need for a greater fish production. Filipinos main food is fish together with rice. Alam naman natin yan. Na ang very staple food is. So another reason is the scarcity of fry. So kung bakit nga ba tayo diminishing supply of fry from the wild caused by natural habitat destruction. Since nasisira na yung mga habitat na ating mga fry, nauubos na siya from the wild. Although from the wild, sila talaga yung best fry na dapat natin gamitin for culture. Very talaga siya, very comparable when it comes dun sa larvae na na-produce in captivity. Iba pa din talaga fry. So another background, Charles channels, all species running 4 to 5 years, sexual maturity. Ayan. Ito yung mga captive breeders na matatagpuan natin. We have Lawag, Pangasinan, Lubay, Toro, Tacloban, Sipdec, Iloilo,
Sir Hershey, excuse po. Medyo humina yung audio mo.
Ayaw mo yun na ba?
Opo.
Ito,
Ayan,
loud
yan
na
po.
ba?
Thank you.
Okay, sige po. So doon na tayo sa captive kung saan matatagpuan sa Pilipinas ang ating mga milkfish. Of course, the Pangasinan in north. We also have in Davao, General Santos at the south. And for Visayas, we have Tacloban, Cebu, Iloilo, matagpuan ang mga nahuling breeders for aquaculture purposes. Ang sources ng milk for broodstock development, we have the fish pond, the fish pens, and the fish cage. Yan lang yung tatlong ginagamit nating system. So for holding facilities for broodstock, letter A, floating cage. So for the maintenance, of course, We need a daily inspection of cage net to monitor damages and tears and remove debris and fouling organisms. Ito talaga yung pinakang number one na ginagawa kapag floating cage kasi baka mamaya hindi natin alam na sira na yung di ba nagalaw naman. Ayan, nagalaw naman siya. Ayan. So for the floating cage, ang maintenance niya, syempre dapat kailangan natin siyang i-monitor kung may damage na or may butas na baka mamaya makawala na yung ating isda. Another maintenance routinary is changing of nets every 2 months or as needed to protect it from fouling organisms. Pinapalitan talaga siya every 2 months. Fouled nets should be sun-dried, cleaned, and repaired. Yun. Ang ginagawa doon kapag yung pinalitan nating fish cage doon sa ating floating cage, ay yung nets natin doon sa floating cage, kailangan talaga siyang ma-sun-dried and of course, malinisan. And another maintenance is yung daily feeding natin para sa ating mga rootstock. So for land-based naman, yung very common sa dagupan is yung 150 tons na capacity ng broodstock. So, dun sa stocking density na yun, dun sa 150 metric tons or cubic meter or tons, we can stock doon hanggang 60 pieces ng broodstock at a ratio of 1:1 or 1:2. Pero usually, ginagamit is 2:2. Parang onti kasi nang mapoproduce mo kung 1:1 lang. Kaya recommended yung hindi ba nagalaw? Sure.
Sir, ang slide mo is slide 32 of 32. Tama po.
Ayun. Wait. Thirty-two.
Yes po.
Ito, ma'am. Okay na? Ito po, okay na po.
Sa history ng 1990, 1990 and 2000.
Ayan.
Okay. Sige po.
Ito lang po. Salita ako ng salita, hindi pala nag-move yung Sorry na, wait lang po
Sige lang po.
Isang oras pa lang naman tayo. Dapat ng kaalaman. Ayan, okay na?
Okay po, sir.
Ayan, okay na po. Nasaan na tayo? Dito na tayo sa, ulitin ko na nga lang para nakikita nyo. Presentation. So, ayan. Since kanina pinag-uusapan na natin yung dun sa last part ng history na in 2000s, during that year, nagkaroon na tayo ng Philippine Bangus Development Center in Dagupan. So, pag-uusapan na natin dito yung broodstock development and management, sex determination and transport of milkfish, chanos, breeders. This presentation based on the BIFAR NFDC courtesy of Ma'am Cordelia. So, bakit nga ba tayo nagde-develop ng milkfish breeders? Of course, the population growth, yung demand natin sa food, and also the scarcity of hike kasi nauubos din naman yung fry natin from the wild kasi maraming mga natural disaster na hindi natin may iwasan. So, ang tatlong sources natin ng milkfish for broodstock development, we have the fish pond, fish pens, fish cage. That's the three common. So, for floating cage, sinabi ko na yan kanina, dito na tayo sa ating land base, which is very common dito sa Dagupan. So, ang broodstock na to, income niya is 150 tons. Ang stocking density niya is 60 pieces. Ang sex ratio is 1:1 to 1:2 female to male ratio. Ang common is 1:2 ratio. Yan ang ginagamit dito sa Dagupan. And the average body weight is 6 kilogram. So, routine activities, minomonitor ang water parameters, especially the salinity and temperature. That's very the crucial na dapat i-check sa ating broodstock twice a day, umaga at saka sa hapon. Ang ideal na temperature is 26 to 32 degrees Celsius, and for salinity, this is for broodstock ha. Salinity is 29 to 34. Iba kasi kapag sa larvae, baka kasi mamaya ma-confuse kayo. Ang pinag-usapan na natin ngayon about milkfish is yung broodstock. And so, the daily siphoning of broodstock tanks to eliminate and remove the uneaten feeds and pests. So, ito yun. Yan yung ginagawa sa siphon. So, for the feeding management, ito na yun. Nagkakaroon tayo ang feeding rate natin is 1% to 3% of body weight. 1.5% per day. That's the protocol used by NFDC or now the NFDC. So, nagkakaroon ng enrichment sa ating feed para madagdagan ng nutrisyon ang ating mga breeders. Ang dinadagdag natin dito is vitamin E 2 grams, vitamin C 1 gram, chicken egg or duck egg 1 piece, cod liver oil 8 milliliter. Hindi naman masyadong recommended yung oil. Kasi no need to add cod liver oil if the fat content of feed is 8-10%. If the fat content is only 6%, add cod liver oil or squid oil. Cod liver oil lang ginagamit kasi masyadong mahal yung squid oil. At saka hindi natin naman masyadong kailangan ng ating mga breeder ang oil kasi siyempre breeders ang usapan. Kung maraming oil ang idadagdag natin sa ating feed, masyadong lalaki yung fat content ng ating mga breeders, magiging cost siya para lumiit yung space ng ating mga male breeders, female sabalo. So, meaning, kung maliit yung space, konti lang yung eggs na mapoproduce. Kaya hindi na siya masyado. Naglalagay lang ng cod liver oil pag yung ginamit nating feed. Diba? Like, kunyari, naubusan ng stock ng ganitong feed, tapos itong feed ng ano mo, tapos ganito lang yung fat content. Saka lang naglalad ng gano'n. Pero usually, hindi na sila masyado nag-adjust na sila ng food. So for the feeding, 3 times a day, twice a day, during 10 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. Also, kina-compute and mina-measure ang required feed per spawning tank. And the method of feeding is broadcast. Ito yung formula. Dapat alam natin ito kapag kukuha tayo ng para malaman natin kung ilang kilogram ba ng feeds ang dapat natin ipakainin sa ano. Dapat maging common na to sa inyo yung formula na to kasi lagi naman to nasa board exam. Hindi na natin maiwawala ito. Pag yung mga weight feeds, mga feeds, chuchu, ba't madaming kaka-feeds siya na maraming formula, FCR, mga ganun. Hindi na siya mawawala siya sa board. Siguro mga 5 questions. Pero hindi naman lahat yun, weight of feeds, ganun, FCR. Mga iba-ibang din. Sa aquaculture yun. For the water management, daily water change and water flow through. Flow through tayo sa ating good stock. Bubuksan lang natin yung valve of drain pipe and nagre-reduce tayo ng water volume to 50% at around 8 a.m. sa umaga yon. And then ina-adjust yung height of aeration and touching the bottom. Also, we allow water flow through and adjust the valve of drain pipe if there is a sufficient supply of seawater. And we fill up the tank with water reservoir. And in-adjust yung height of aeration to normal position and maintain flow through of the water. That's for water management. And for the water exchange rate, if the hatchery has sufficient so for the water exchange rate, muulan na tuloy. If the hatchery has sufficient seawater supply, over 300% of daily water exchange in 24 hours is recommended. So for the tank cleaning, once a month, nililinisan yung ating good stock tank. Ini-scrub siya, yung walls, lahat, lililinis. Tapos nagre-reduce lang tayo ng tubig to 50% prior to cleaning para may minimize yung stress ng ating mga breeders. So, malinis na. Dito tayo sa ating egg collection. So, paano nga ba tayo nagko-collect ng eggs? Ating mga milkfish. Setting the egg collector to egg collecting box. Dun sa may valve, dun sa ito, valve na to, meron nung portion sa broodstock. Nandyan na siya. Flow through. The collector net should be clean at first and then set into egg collecting box before the expected spawning time at 6 p.m. At 6 p.m., monitor mo na yung ano mo, yung mga breeders mo, kung nagkakaroon na ba sila ng chasing, yung and splashing. Kung kayo mismo is nasa actual scene, maririnig nyo yung ano ng tubig, tapos ilan nagpaikot-ikot lang sa ano, sa ibabaw ng ano. That's around 6 p.m. Sisimula yun ng 6 p.m. hanggang mag-midnight. So, may nagtanong kanina kung bakit daw midnight. And yan na talaga yung behavior ng ating milkfish. And we couldn't deny na gano'n talaga yung kanilang behavior. Kung bakit gano'n sila. Kasi on the study, gano'n talaga, during that time talaga, saka lang sila nag-spawn. At this time, close monitoring of fish behavior and activities should be done. So ayan, kailangan talaga ng monitoring. So for egg collection, tayong first collection and collection. Yung first collection natin is around 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Usually, minsan, hindi nag-i-start ang collection ng 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Minsan 1 a.m., 2 a.m., nagko-collect na ng first collection. And then, sa 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. na lang yung full blast collection. Lahat na ng egg is i-collect mo na. I-scoop mo lang yung eggs with hand net, tapos yung fine mesh, and put it in a pail, 10 liters capacity. Applyan mo lang ng ng konting aeration in a pail. Siyempre, kailangan nyo ng eggs natin. So, paano nga ba tayo nagsaselect ng good eggs? Share ko lang, guys. Stop aeration and remove the dirt using flat scoop net. Collect the good eggs by pouring them into a net to remove the water. So the key is good quality eggs float and bad eggs sink. That's the characteristic. Kaya hindi na tayo mahihirapan mag-collect ng eggs. Kasi once na nag-float siya, meaning good egg siya, mabilis lang tayo makakapag-collect ng Kapag nag-float through tayo, imagine niyo na lang. Kapag nag-float through tayo, pwede sasama na yung mga eggs. Kaya ganun lang kadali mag-collect. Ano po ang kulay ng bugok na egg? Pale color na siya. Parang colorless white na ata siya. Ganun na yung bugok na egg. Kasi kapag good siya, yellowish siya. May yellow tinge siya eh. Kapag good egg. Thank you po. So get the wet. Okay po. Get the wet weight of good eggs. 1 gram is equal to 741 eggs. Ito yung basis. Kapag nagtimbang tayo ng eggs, ang katumbas ng 1 gram is 741 eggs. Yun yung bilang nun. Yun yung average count ng dagupan. So, ayun na. Ita-transfer na natin yung good eggs to 500-liter settling tank with mild aeration. Cover the tank with fine mesh net, mosquito net. And ang stocking density of good eggs should be 100,000 good eggs in 100 liters of seawater. Yun yung tatandaan natin. 100,000 good eggs in 100 liters of seawater. That's the stocking density of a good egg. Good eggs are stocked in hatching or incubation tank for 24 hours. Usually 18 hours lang siya bago mapisa. At binibigyan ng oras na mapisa kasi minsan hindi naman sabay-sabay lahat sila napisa ng gantong oras. Pero when it reaches the 24th hour ng incubation, pisa na lahat yun. So, after mapisa, bibilangan na natin yung larvae na napisa. Counting larval density in hatching tank using beaker. Yung beaker natin is malaki. Ang capacity niya, ang volume niya is 1,000 liters. So, ito yung formula. Larval density is equal to the number of larvae times the volume of water in hatching tank. So, ito yung example. Ayan, 610. Yun yung number ng larvae na napisa. And then, yung volume ng water is 100 liter. So, multiply lang natin siya. So, that is 61,000. Yun yung ating larval density. For hatching rate naman, para malaman natin ang hatching rate, since meron na tayong larval density, i-divide natin siya sa ating egg stocks. Ilan ba yung eggs natin? And then, multiply lang natin siya by 100. If we have a larval density na 61,000, tapos yung egg stocks natin is 120,000, divide lang natin siya and then multiply by 100 to determine the hatching rate. The answer is 50.83. That's only an example. So for population and sex determination of milkfish breeders, we have materials here na dapat nating gamitin para sa cannulation. Para malaman natin yung sex ng ating milkfish. So, kailangan natin ng 2 best tanks with cover net. 2 best tanks. 2 best tanks yung isa pagkasalinan nung na-cannulate. And then also, the medical oxygen, of course, the air hose with lid sinker and air stones. Stretcher net is 0.5 meter by 1 meter. And also, the 2-phenoxyethanol yung ginagamit natin to tranquilize, yung parang isi-sedate natin yung ating mga, papakalmahin natin siya. Ang kailangan lang natin na 2-phenoxyethanol is 20 milliliter per 100 liters of seawater. And also, the polyethylene tubing or the cannula tube, na ang sukat niya is 0.86 millimeter. Yan yung mga kailangan natin para ma-determine natin yung ating milkfish. So for the cannulation of breeders, sex determination is easier during the spawning months. Ang spawning months ng bangos, lagi nating tatandaan, is March to October. That's the spawning months of milkfish. And that's the perfect time para mag-cannulate tayo ng ating breeders para ma-determine natin yung kanilang sex. So for the procedure, lawakan na lang natin yung imagination natin na tayo yung gumagawa nito. Para din naman ma-experience niya siya kahit through ganito lang siya, theoretically lang, magandang isip niyo pa din, imaginatively, parang ganon. So for the first step, fill one tank with 500 liters of seawater. And after nun, maglalagay tayo ng 100 milliliter ng ethanol with strong aeration. And then the third thing to do is put the selected breeders inside the tank. Ilalagay na natin doon yung ating breeders na ika-cannulate or yung i-determine natin ang sex. And fourth is allow some time to breeders to get sedated. So ayan, kailangan kumalma yung ating isda kasi hindi naman pwedeng ipasakan natin sila ng tubo na hindi sila sedated. So after cannulation, each breeder is placed in a recovery tank. So ayun, i-place na natin siya after cannulation. Ito yung activities during cannulation and sex determination of milkfish breeders. So, baka magtaka kayo kasi minsan, hindi din successful yung nagiging cannulation. Like for example, nag-cannulate tayo at this day, and then, di ba ang basis natin para malaman natin na babae or lalaki, or pag babae, ano siya, may granular yung lalabas pag sa tubo. Tapos pag lalaki naman, milky siya. Parang milky, ganon. Minsan, hindi agad pag nag-cannulate tayo, tapos hinugot ulit natin yung cannula tube, tapos wala tayong nakitang granules or milk, or wala tayong basis, binabalik nila ulit yung fish na yon sa kabilang tank. Tapos subject or siya, nakakalagay lang siya ng indication na unknown pa siya. Hindi pa siya makategorize either male or female. So, yun yung iba kasi hindi naman successful yung ibang cannulation. Baka kasi magtaka kayo, kaya sinabi ko na rin. For the sex determination, ito na nga. Ang male oozes out from the urogenital pore if the abdomen is pressed. Ipe-press natin siya since sedated naman siya, ipe-press natin siya pag saksak natin ng cannula tube. And then, malalaman din natin sila by size. Ang lalaki is mas maliit kaysa sa mga babae. Ang mga lalaki mas maliit kaysa sa mga babae. And also, it swims faster than a female. So, the reason na din siguro kung bakit mas mabilis lumangoy ang ating mga male is because hindi sila nagka-carry ng eggs. And 2 pores, the anus and the urogenital pore. For the female naman, ang mature ones have distended abdomens. The pre-gravid gonad can be sampled by intra-ovarian biopsy using polyethylene cannula. Yun na yung sinasabi natin kanina, yung cannula tube. If the gonad sample is spherical yolky oocytes, the fish can be used as broodstock. So the ripe females are comparatively sluggish in swimming. Of course, ganun talaga ang mga babae, alam naman natin. Eh, pagka mahinhin, ganun din ang isda, charing. So ayun, ang female natin, we have 3 pores. Alam na natin yan, the anus, the genital pore, and the urinary pore. Pabukod yun. So, next thing naman is, paano nga ba natin tinatransport ang ating mga milkfish? So, ayan, first, magkakaroon tayo ng selection ng ating breeders. Ang ating young breeders is 5 to 6 years of age. And then yung sukat niya is 0.5 meter in length. Dapat, syempre, kapag magta-transfer tayo ng milkfish breeder and magsiselect tayo ng milkfish breeders natin, dapat walang deformities. Dapat healthy and active yung ating milkfish na gagamitin. So, ganito yung pag-transport ng ating milkfish breeders. So, of course, we have the preparation phase kung saan mag-prepare tayo ng wooden holding boxes with a water volume capacity of 1 ton. Dapat may frame yon. Hindi yung basta-basta lang na hindi lang basta-basta parang IBC tank na ilalagay natin ang ating breeder. The box should be installed with 4 pieces of air stones with lead sinkers. Dapat meron yon para sa ating aeration. And also, we prepare medical oxygen and oxygen regulators para sa ating mga breeders. Mahalagang oxygen. And of course, ito, kailangan natin ng ice and mag-i-store tayo dun sa ating styrofoam boxes ng mga ice. Prepare extra water in plastic bags, tanks, and of course, i-prepare natin yung ating sasakyan. Saka natin ilo-load yung materials needed in the transport like refractometer, thermometer, kasi mahalaga yan. Yung mahalaga yung salinity and temperature, lalo na sa transport ng ating milkfish. And also the packings, plastic, yung pail, yan, dapat ihanda natin siya bago tayo mag-transport. Then also, we collect the breeders using wide mouth 5x5 hapa net. Yan yung ginagamit na pagko-collect. Sa ita-transfer natin yung isang breeder dun sa stretcher net. Then i-release natin yung breeders natin dun sa ating wooden hauling boxes na merong seawater, filtered seawater na ang PPT niya is 15. And then i-chill natin siya to 20 degrees Celsius, about 800 liters. So 4 breeders weighing 3 to 4 kilograms each can be loaded in a 1-ton capacity box. Then, i-cover natin yung box para ma-prevent natin na yung breeders natin hindi tatalon and para hindi din matapon yung water. And una pa lang, dapat tayo mag-apply ng strong aeration. Kaya 4 air stone ang ginagamit natin doon para powerful yung aeration. So during transport naman, so tapos na tayo doon sa before, and then during transport naman, yung mga technicians dapat minomonitor nila yung water level. Kasi dapat nandito lang tayo sa optimum level, dapat ma-maintain natin yun hanggang sa makarating na tayo doon sa ating destination, sa ating hatchery or some area kung saan gagamitin yung ating breeder. And also, dapat chine-check natin yung fish and yung tubig every 2 hours, lalo na kapag long travel. Dapat i-check natin siya every 2 hours. Like for example, if it is 6 hours, 3 beses mo siya dapat i-check by 2 hours ang pagitan. And then, papalitan natin, replace spilled water. Of course, dapat kapag may natapang tubig, kaya nga meron tayong extra, di ba, water, or ito yung reason kung bakit kailangan natin ng ice. Ang ice kasi is naglo-lower siya ng temperature pag naglagay tayo ng yun yung mga ginagamit na paraan para mapalower yung temperature, kaya tayo nagdadala ng ice. Kasi mamaya baka magtaka kayo, bakit kailangan ng ice? So yun yung reason. So change natin ng 1/4 to 1/3 of the water after 10 hours of transport. And of course, we have to maintain the salinity at 15 ppt and the temperature should be 20 degrees Celsius. Dapat sa ating transport, hindi natin kailangan dapat maiwasan natin yung mga delay. Avoid delay to shorten travel time and mortality. May nag-chat. At may papuso si Sir. So ayun na, that is during transport. So ito naman is yung unloading na. Unloading and stocking to the spawning tank. So yung truck should be positioned or the nearest area. Dapat malapit, hindi yung malayo. Diba? Dapat, diba common sense na lang, diba? Dapat doon na tayo sa malapit. Yung truck natin dapat malapit na talaga doon sa paglalagyan. Beside the spawning tank where breeders will be stocked. And then, the spawning tank should be filled with 15 ppt seawater and given strong aeration. Yan, lagi nating tatandaan yan. And then yan, na-unload na natin yung stocks natin. And then, gagamit na tayo ng stretcher net, transfer each breeder to the spawning tank. Ito yung nasa picture. Ganyan ang pagka-transfer. Ito kung mapapansin nyo, ang lapit lang. Dapat lang kasi talaga na malapit. Malapit lang para maiwasan yung ating mga isda. Hindi yung kailangan na malayo. So, wala naman ang ating isda. Secondly, meron akong kasama dito magdi-discuss ng mass production ng water. Kaso na umuwi ata siya ng province. Eh, ang province niya pa is somewhere in Central Luzon. Tapos mahinang internet. I-discuss sana yung, may kadugsong pa to. Actually, ito na yung last part na, hindi pa pala, meron pa pala. And then ito na, yung last part. Maintain salinity of water, 15 ppt for 5 days. Tapos, gradually, increase natin yung salinity at 5 ppt per day to 32 ppt hanggang maging 32 na siya. So, yung feed breeders with formulated broodstock diet, 40 to 42% of ng CP. And then monitor the survival of breeders. So, that, thank you. Ang diniscuss natin ngayon is yung ano na nga ulit? Yung biology. Biology and breeding and then yung broodstock management. Actually, meron pala pa tong dalawang area which is yung larval rearing. Yung larval rearing. Iba kasi yung protocol sa larval rearing. Tapos, iba din yung protocol sa natural food production. Yung Nanachloropsis oculata. Tapos yung rotifer. Yung mass production ng rotifer. Kaso, ang nangyari, yung kasama ko ngayon nga, umuwi na ng probinsya, kaya hindi na nila madi-discuss. And I hope hindi kayo nabitin sa aking discussion. And dito na po nagtatapos yung aking presentation for today's video. Okay lang po ba kayo dyan?
Walang gusto magtanong, dear mentees.
Hello, ay wait lang. Hello po sa inyong lahat. Hindi na ako masyado nakapagpakilala kanina nung bago ako magsimula. Kasi nahihiya talaga ako. Kaya parang sabi ko, diretsuhin ko na lang. parang medyo no, medyo informal kung diretso na lang. Pero sorry. Pero yun ang gusto ko. Charot. Anyway, if you have any questions about my presentation, you can freely ask naman. Kasi I am open naman as long as I know the answer. Ang dami pala talaga dito, ma'am, no? Iba-ibang school.
Yes po, buong Pilipinas na yung ating kinikater dito sa review.
Oo nga, ma'am. Wait lang. Sino-sino ba ito? Baka may kakilala tayo dito. SSC, saan to?
Cagayan Valley, Apari.
We have Batangas. O, di ba, ESA? Alam mo yan. BUTC is Bicol University Tabaco City, no?
Tabaco Campus.
CAPSU is Capiz? Capiz ba yan? Capiz State U? Ang dami. CSU Cagayan, CTUMC, Mercedes. Ay, CTU is Cebu Technological, di ba? CABS. Ay, andito pala si Edris. Hello po. Eastern Visayas, Pisco. Si Ma'am Manju, taga saan to si Ma'am Manju? Anong school? MSU. MSU ano to?